Hello, hello. Hi there, I'm Teacher Oakley. Welcome to Verbling. For the next hour, once again, it's time for famous quotes. Dun, dun, dun. This is a class that I host once a week, and in which we will look at famous quotes from obviously a famous person, not from my Uncle George. And we will, students will read them, and then we're going to talk about them. I will, of course, as always, I will explain any confusing vocabulary or metaphor or cultural references or what have you, any language problems or any odd sentence constructions. Sometimes we look at quotes that are kind of old and use older English. And then we will practice our English skills by debating what we think the author's trying to say and whether we agree or disagree. As always, there's not really any wrong or right answers because these quotes are quite often very much open to interpretation. So don't worry, you can't really be wrong in this class. But we're going to be discussing probably some philosophical points as well as some language points in English. Today, we're going to be looking at George Bernard Shaw. Interesting guy. Welcome to the class. Piawa? Sorry, am I saying your name?
Hello. Hello, teacher.
Hi. How should I pronounce your name?
My name Piyawat.
Okay, let me
Hello.
try that. Hi, I'm Oakley. You can call me Oakley. Let me try it, okay? Piawa?
Hello.
Is
Good
that...
morning.
Good morning. Am I saying your name correctly? Piawa?
Yes, my name Piyawat.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Thailand and Chiang Mai.
Thailand and Shanghai. Okay, terrific.
Chiang Mai.
Okay. All right, welcome to the class. It's very nice to meet you. And nice to have you here. Piawa, do you know who George Bernard Shaw is?
I don't understand. Sorry.
Sure. Do you know who this person is, George Bernard Shaw? Excuse me.
No.
No idea?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, he is, well, let me ask Nader. Hi, Nader. Didn't see you sneak in there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very happy to be here.
Oh, are you? Terrific. I'm happy you're here. Nader, do you know who George Bernard Shaw is? Or was? He's dead.
Yes, he's a very, very famous sarcastic writer, I guess.
Yeah, he wrote a lot of things.
So
yeah.
He's a philosopher. He's a kind of philosopher. He's a kind of writer. He's a mashup.
He's a mashup. He is a mashup. He wrote plays, essays, short stories, drama, journalist. He was a journalist, and somewhat of a philosopher. You're absolutely correct. Had some wild ideas for his time.
Yes, I like his views, and he's very, very talented in touching like sensitive issues or subjects in a very sarcastic way. Very funny, in fact.
Indeed. Exactly, and he wasn't exactly that. You said that very, very well. Couldn't say that any better. He's very good at approaching topics which, at least in his time, and if not many even now, were very sensitive, controversial topics in a very direct way, but in a humorous way with a, I don't know, touch of whimsy. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, but he's quite a philosopher as well. So
Yes, as you said, his humorous way maybe saved him from a lot of trouble, because sometimes when you dislike the idea but you hear it in a humorous way, you laugh, so you are less uh, irritated, I guess.
yes, that's absolutely correct. Believe me, even today, comedians talk about very sensitive things that normal human beings just cannot talk about. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, quite true. Let me welcome Lipe.
Hello.
Hi. Am I saying
Hi.
your name correctly? Lipe?
Yes,
Thank
Lipe.
you. Okay. Nice to have you in the class. Lipe,
Yeah.
where are you from? Again, I think we've met before, but maybe not in a while.
Where?
Yes, where are you from?
Oh, okay. I'm from Brazil.
From Brazil. Okay.
Yes.
You've been in my class before, right?
I tried, but when I tried getting the class, I I can't, because my PC, my
Ah.
computer don't work. My internet, I guess.
Okay. Maybe that's why I'm having an. I know you, but I don't know you.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just trying to place you. Okay, I'm trying to remember where I know you from. So in English, I could say I'm trying to place you. Your name sounds familiar, voice sounds familiar, but I can't really place you. Okay, Lipe, it's very nice to have you here. All right.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Let's read some quotes from George Bernard Shaw, famous playwright, philosopher, writer of all types, actually, from the late 1800s and early 1900s, and see if we can figure out what he's talking about. Okay, I'm going to do a screen share here with you gentlemen. Give me half a second. Okay. I'm going to start with Piowa, because you were first in the class. Piowa?
What? Hi.
Hi. Can you read this first quote for me, please?
Okay. A leaf spent marking. Mitake is not only more honorable, but more useful than a leaf spent doing nothing.
Okay. Let me go through that again and try to help with your pronunciation. A life.
A life.
A life spent making.
A life spent
Making mistakes. Mistakes. Errors. Is not only more honorable, the silent H, honorable.
Honorable.
Very good. But more useful than a life spent doing nothing.
Life spent doing nothing.
Nothing. Okay. All right. Okay, Piowa, what do you think of this quote? Do you think that's true? That a life spent making mistakes is more honorable?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay. Well, let me maybe we'll try to see if you can understand from what other students and I have to say. Okay, Nader, what do you think of this quote?
Oh,
Nader?
I know. No idea.
I know. Pia, I'm gonna ask Nader. See what
Sorry,
you think. Yeah.
do you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Yes, I totally agree with that. That you better spend your life. You better spend your life making mistakes. Then you spend your life doing nothing. There is one book you read it. Everything I Know for Paul Jarvis. He said that many people are reluctant to try new things because because of their fear of fail. But the only completely sure way to fail is not even try.
Yeah.
So the same idea.
Yeah.
And as they say, I guess maybe it's also in English. If you do not work, you don't make mistakes. The only people who do not make mistakes are those people who do not work at all. So yes, I agree with that quote.
Right. Why not? Here's my attitude. Why not? Why not make mistakes? Lipe, have you
Hello.
made a lot of mistakes in your life?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we always do it, but and I agree with the quotes too because we have to try everything what we want. So if you want to try something and make some mistakes, okay, it is happening, but you can't let to do nothing.
Okay. You can't just do nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can't just do nothing. We have to do something.
Right. Sure. Lipe, I'll try anything once, but if I like it, I might try it twice. But you know, is there a problem? Because well, I might like to add to George's quote here: a life spent making different mistakes.
Yes.
Not a good idea when you're making the same mistake over and over. Like, maybe that's worse than doing nothing. I don't know. That's debatable, I guess. But
Yes.
that may be even worse than doing
Different
nothing.
mistakes.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yes, if someone is enthusiastic and he believes in that quote, he may cause us a lot of trouble, I guess.
Yeah, right. Possibly.
So, yes, for him, we have to convince him that this is a wrong quote, this is a wrong clip.
Yeah, it's a good quote for most people, but for some people, it may be a bad quote. Maybe bad advice. Right.
Yeah.
Good point. Hello, Ken. Happy Saturday.
Yes, happy Saturday.
Hi, Ken. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm okay. Thank you. Okay, today, Ken, this version of famous quotes, we're looking at George Bernard Shaw. All right. Who believes a life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable but more useful than a life spent doing nothing? You agree with that, or disagree?
Maybe so, because human was made for doing something. So better than nothing.
Yeah.
Even if it's just mistakes.
If you're gonna do nothing, you might as well just be a rock.
And sometimes human can learn from the mistake.
Hopefully, I guess.
Without making error, maybe we can not learn anything like English.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, if you can show me how to learn English without making a mistake.
Yes.
That's it. I'll quit. I'll throw in my hat. Very, very good. I'm useless. Okay. Let's take a look at another one. Ken, can you go ahead and read this?
Okay. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything.
Ooh.
Mm.
What is he?
Maybe so. Yeah.
All right.
Without change anything, we cannot make progress like iPhone 6 or something.
Yeah. I have a question, Ken. Related, unrelated, kind of related, I don't know. It seems I'm old, all right? And whatever, I took philosophy classes in university. And now whenever, how do I say this? Now whenever I bring up the topic of progress to anyone anymore, they immediately bring up iPhone 6. They bring up technology. Have humankind forgotten that progress could include other things like spiritual progress, emotional progress? Has humanity completely forgot there are other kinds of progress available?
Yeah, because such kind of technology kind of thing is very visual or very easy to recognize.
True.
But emotional, psychological, or spiritual progress is sometimes it's vague. It's up to the people. How can I say? People's recognition or people's mind. It's difficult to talk about. So for the easy case, iPhone 6 progress version of the human or something like that.
All right. Maybe it's just because, exactly as you say, it's especially teaching English, maybe just my students don't want to talk about the abstract and the esoteric because it's a lot more difficult. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just my line of work. But sometimes I get convinced that humans have forgotten there are other kinds of ways to progress individually and even as a society, to be a more open, inclusive society, for example. This is also progress.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes technology hinges to such kind of to develop such kind of progress. I guess. Because everything can be described numbers, but still is a kind of discussion happening. Our thinking pattern can be dataized, like 011 expression can apply to our mind or something like
that. Putting it in binary code. Okay, well that's another can of worms. That's a whole other can of worms you're opening there. Does technological progress slow down other social progress? Or yeah, well, that's the big question, I guess. Nader. Wow.
Yes.
What do you think?
First of all, this progress idea that you were talking about, that people always associate the progress with the technological progress. I guess because this is the only material progress we are seeing now, because this is the only field we are advancing in the right direction. Because if you discuss any other ideas, you may find that people in the past were much more better, or much more. I guess I don't know whether it is correct or not. Forward than we are now in many other fields.
Well, I'm more willing to address it in any case. To think about it. Actually, was my point.
Yes, at least if you cannot solve it, at least we discuss it.
Yeah, or consider it at least. Yeah, okay. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, thank you. Go ahead.
No, okay. In relation to the quote, I mean, it works equally well whether you're talking about technology specifically or spiritual or social progress, really.
Yeah, yes, the quote, the enemy of progress is fear, I guess, because if you are afraid to change, if you think, what if I do something, or how can I do it? If you think this way, you will never progress. You cannot go forward. You have to stop worrying about all of the what ifs and the hows, and start working. So you can do real progress. So and if you go with the flow, you will never progress. So you have to change. The change is a keyword for progress, I guess.
Well, to
The
extrapolate.
enemy of a change, yes, and the enemy of a change is fear.
Well, to extrapolate from your idea, which I like, would could I then say that the ability to change your mind is actually the ability to be brave?
Yes, because these ideas that were put in your mind during all of these years, it's not easy to change it. Everyone is afraid to change all of his beliefs because he has to discover new ways of thinking, and he maybe is the one. Maybe you are afraid of the truth, so it's much safer to keep the old ideas, because the society will not be against you if you go with its ideas. If you go with the flow, you are safe for sure.
Interesting. Okay. Lipe, do you have anything that you'd like to add to the conversation?
Oh yes, I catch something. You talk about progress, technological progress, social progress. Because my internet not good, so sometimes cut the conversation, you know. But I catch something that Nader says that we have to change to do some progress. You have to. So sometimes sometimes I guess that we can't do it. We don't have to do it. We don't need to do it to change to do some progress, because the progress, it is about what are you doing, not what are you choose. Do you know?
Trying to wrap my head around that. Wait a minute. I'm trying to catch up to you, Lipe. Okay. It's not what you have to do, but what you are doing. I don't know. Can you explain?
Yes. Okay. I speak that you some progress. You don't have to change. It's not impossible to do to do. It's not impossible have progress without with change. Do you know?
So you're saying you can progress without changing. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. But sometimes we don't have to change. Yes. Sorry, I think that I'm confusing everything. So,
this is a very interesting idea. So if you can give us an example of how can we progress without it changing?
Yeah, that would be great.
Some example.
One example, at least.
When I don't know, take it easy. I will think about it. Something. I think that when you're doing something that's work nice, that's that have progress. When so we don't have to change, you know. I don't know. I sorry. I'm a little bit nervous. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. No, don't be nervous. It's okay. We're all friends here. These are
Okay. Because
very friendly guys.
when I talk in English, I get sometimes nervous.
Yeah,
Why?
no problem. No problem. No worries. I agree with Nader. It's a very interesting idea, and I'm sitting here exactly as Nader said that. I'm thinking, well, what would be an example of that? And actually, in English, giving an example is the best way to explain something. So, Nader, go ahead.
Yes, I guess what he means by without it changing, he doesn't mean progress and the progress itself. He means that we can do good things without the need of a change, I guess. That you can do because when he said that we can do something good without a need of a change. So I guess by progress he means a good step or something. So you don't have to change it to do a good step or something good. If I understand what he means, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, okay. Let me try this one out, Lipe. Let's take, for example, the Pope, the current Pope, who, by argument, arguably, is a very good man, essentially. And basically, he doesn't change anything, what he's doing. His outlook, his perspective, his approach to life seemingly has, from what I've read, I could be wrong here, but from what I've read, from my understanding, he's basically kept the same values and approach most of his life for a good long time. Looking at his history and the past works he's done, good works, but by continuing his progress to do good works and be a moral and good person, I guess it could be argued that progress has been made, such as where he comes from in Argentina, progress with the poor and teaching poor children, things like that. Would that be an example of what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the example, the most thing, almost what I want to say.
Almost. All right.
I think let's move the
okay.
Let's progress.
Yeah. Let's progress. We're not making any progress.
Yeah, let's progress here.
Yeah. Okay.
So if we think this way, I agree that the old ideas may be good in its own entity. So we don't need to change good old ideas to progress. We have to change the bad ideas or the invalid ideas to progress. We don't need to change everything to progress if we take his idea and your idea and build on this.
Right. Okay. There we go. That was good. That was a very good logical, philosophical conclusion. All right. Not everything needs to be changed to make progress. Okay.
Yes, but progress in itself, if we mean by progress, we move forward. So progress is, in itself is a kind of a change. So you cannot progress when you are standing the same point, because to progress you have to move forward. So I guess change may be required in most cases.
Yeah.
And I think we are doing that consciously and unconsciously, or intentionally and intentionally. Even though we think, I don't want to change, but I change every day.
You
That's
can't
the nature
help
of the human.
That's the nature of the universe.
Yeah. Right.
I think. Well, just my idea. We can't help it. Even we could try to stop progress and change, but it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
nothing we can do. We're born into change. I mean, we're born, we grow, we die. Things are going to change no matter what we do. We're not going to stop that cycle. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay. All right, Nader, why don't you tackle this one?
Beware of false knowledge. It's more dangerous than ignorance. Yes, I also agree with that, because sometimes if you are ignorant, you will not harm anyone. But if you have false knowledge, you can react based on that false knowledge, which is very dangerous. Maybe you get you can apply this to many situations. If you get false knowledge about your husband or your wife, you may react in a very dangerous way. If you get false knowledge about your friends, you may lose them. If you get false knowledge about other countries, you may launch war. False knowledge is very, very dangerous. It's better not to. If you're not sure, please do not react.
Yeah. Lipe, go ahead, please.
Yeah, and today we have the knowledge, not knowledge, but with the internet, we have information for everywhere, everything, for everybody too. But not everything is true. Yes.
Yeah.
So we have beware of false information, because if you read, if someone tell you about some other people, some other person, and that's not true, or you read something somewhere for someone that's not true, you have to you need to have careful. You need to have careful about. Sorry.
You need to be careful. Just
you
English.
need to be
careful.
Yeah. You need to be careful. Yes. You need to be careful, because false knowledge, it's the bigger ignorance for our century.
Yeah.
Because the internet, the information, the information, the facility of information.
Yeah. My entire philosophy of life is I don't know anything at all. I'm not even so sure the sky is blue. Okay. Or if my conception of blue is actually what blue really is. I don't really know. Everything for me is an assumption. I have so many opinions because I don't know anything. For sure. It's a way of life, actually. Ken, what do you think of this quote?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because the reason why it is dangerous, because the people who believe I got the ultimate knowledge, their thinking patterns stop. They don't progress, and sometimes that kind of stiff thinking patterns cause a lot of vicious thing in the history. That's why it's dangerous. Ignorance. So yeah,
that's good. Yeah.
So, and maybe, the attitude you said, I don't know anything. I think it could be the good attitude, because everything can be, how can I say it? Everything are not perfect, actually. There's no perfect knowledge in this world.
Yeah. Right. I like how you related this quote to the last quote. Okay. Once people have false knowledge, they tend to never change their mind. They think they know, thus there's no progress, which relates back to, all his quotes kind of relate to each other. here. This is kind of interesting. We can relate each one back to the earlier one. Okay. Lipe, let's have you try this next one here. Can you read this one?
Okay. The single biggest problem is in communication is the illusion that it has taken place.
What is he saying?
The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Well, I think that it's relation about the last quote, right? Because
I don't know.
Oh no, sorry. It's not the same. Because I think that communication from on place because we have to look for we have to look for in everywhere about information about everything what we want to know, because if you just going to only communication or only place, it can't be true. It can't be correct at all.
Okay.
Okay. That's all.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what everybody else thinks. Nader, what do you think he's trying to say here?
Maybe he means that the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that he has taken place, because actually everyone, when we approach each other, we think that we have communicated our messages and we have made communication, but to communicate you need to speak, and you need two parties, a speaker and a listener, and sometimes we do not listen, we just want to speak. So since everyone is coming with his own ideas and he wants to communicate it to the other person, nobody listens to, they do not listen to each other, so no real communication happens, and everyone finishes the conversation or the meeting thinking that he has delivered his messages, and everyone is going out after this with the same ideas, so no real communication has already happened.
Yeah, or possibly even worse, the understanding between the speaker and the listener are two different things.
But this, if you this which is worse, if I guess this quote is a bit contradicting the other one, because the first one that false knowledge is more dangerous than ignorance. So it means that miscommunication may be much worse than communication itself. So I guess this one is not in agreement with the previous one, for me. Maybe miscommunication is the biggest problem, not communication. It's not the less of communication or the lack of communication.
Well, I think what he said. Okay, for me. No, let me hear what Ken has to say, and then I'll. I think it does agree, but I'll tell you. Ken, what do you think?
Yeah, it reminds me of Lacan's, the psychologic. He thinks, he says we reflect our mind to others, and we catch the others like that. That's how Lacan think about communication or our recognition. So it's an illusion, actually. Sometimes it's obvious in the kind of people who fall in love, and after that, when they broke up, oh, I don't think you are such a person or something like that. But in that extreme situation, maybe they reflect their own expectation of their mind to their lover.
Hmm.
So they don't see. Actually, they don't see each other in the. They don't. They are seeing the illusion.
Uh-huh.
Their expectation or their image, reflected image to others. So
They're
that inside theirs. That's why
so
that.
they're okay. If I could paraphrase you, they're seeing what they expect to see, or perhaps what they want to see, or
Yeah.
they're hearing what they want to hear,
Hmm.
or what they expect to hear.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Very interesting. Who are you referencing there?
French psychologist Lacan. Lacan.
Spell
I'm not
it.
sure. Okay, I checked. So go ahead. I'm checking.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me know. I'm very interested in reading a little bit more of this guy. I like that idea. I'd like to read more about it. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's very interesting, that concept that Ken just shared. And I think it does agree with the previous statement, because I think he's saying the problem with communication is when two people think they have communicated, they think it has taken place, but actually it was an illusion. The two people have a totally different concept of what has been communicated. All right. So again, they have false knowledge. All right. I think he wants me to do this, and this is what will make him happy, but I'm wrong. That's not really what he said at all. He actually says that he wants me to do whatever I want to do in order to be happy. So when I'm going to act on my false knowledge, which is more dangerous than not even have any idea of what he wanted from me. So I think they actually match quite nicely, in my opinion. All right, that's the way I'm seeing it. Hey there?
Yes, maybe you're correct.
Maybe, but maybe you're not.
No. I get what I mean. That yes, if he means by illusion of that the communication has happened, maybe this kind of miscommunication, because I was differentiating between communication and miscommunication. So
Yeah.
maybe lack of communication means miscommunication.
Yeah, it can.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now
Right.
it agrees. If we look at this way.
All right. I have to say one thing about my little philosophy of not knowing anything. It's quite liberating. I don't know how you guys all know people that think they know everything. How can you constrain yourself to ideas that I know this and this is that, and this government thinks that, and this person knows this person is like that? It's really tying you down, binding your own mind with rules and laws. Uncomfortable way to live, in my opinion. Who wants to live like that?
And those who with open-minded also are suffering. So no big difference.
Really? How are open-minded people suffering? What do you mean by that? Interesting comment.
Open-minded people are suffering more than closed-minded people, because they think all the time. They are not feeling comfortable with the things as they are. So they for sure they suffer much more than other people. Ignorance is a blessing, as they say. So, and they are not ignorant, because they are trying to understand the world, and so I guess they are sad because they see the world in a way they don't like, and they cannot change it. If you argue with closed-minded people, you will suffer much more than they suffer when they argue with you.
I see. your frustration is the key word there, right?
Yes, I mean, but what I mean is frustration, because
Yeah.
you see, yes, you are trying to tell him the
Okay.
truth, or you're trying, yes, and he never listens.
Okay, now that makes sense to me. I was thinking I was going to disagree, but that makes perfect sense, actually. I can understand that. Absolutely. Yeah, ignorance is bliss, is how we say it in English, by
Is
the way.
bliss?
Bliss,
Yes, okay,
yeah.
thank you.
This next one I'm going to read. This one's just for me, for my own entertainment. There is no sincerer love than the love of food. Amen to that. Thank you, George. Okay, just
And you can't argue with him,
no,
because
I can't.
no, yes, you can, because you know, true love is the love you cannot live without. So food, you cannot. This is the only thing in life, I guess, you cannot live without. Food and air.
Yeah,
But you don't love air, you love food.
yeah, true. Well, there's not much
Very true.
sensation involved in breathing. Which is
Yes.
too bad. It would be nice if every time you breathed, it was like I don't know, like sex. That would be great.
But sometimes, you know, when you had that fresh air, this one, you know, sometimes
Yeah.
you feel how it's very, very beautiful. But
Yeah,
this
you are right.
rarely.
Rarely. Yeah. Yeah, that's the first. You know, when you get out of the city and you go to the country, and you step out of your car or whatever, and those first breaths of air, it's just wow, stimulating.
Yes.
Great.
That
Yeah.
cold breeze.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. More interesting stuff from George Bernard Shaw. I'm saying it like I'm from Boston. George Bernard Shaw. Sorry. Ken, can you read this next one?
Okay, we are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for the future.
Yeah, tough one here. Wrap your head around this one.
So we are responsible for the future. I think so, because what we are doing now, influence to the future generation.
Okay.
Maybe not only recollect your memory of the past. Past was past. We cannot change the past. We can just change present and future. Maybe that's he want to say. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have a little difficulty with this one myself, actually. Nadar, what are your views? What are you thinking on this one?
I'm not sure, honestly, about this one.
Yeah, okay, we're in the same boat. I'm not either. Okay, other than being wise, maybe he means that being wise doesn't mean the accruement of what we get from the past, but how we're going to use the information we have acquired to deal with the future, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe.
And maybe getting a larger kind of perspective, that kind of time span, not only the past but also the future.
Okay. All right, Ken. I'll go with Ken on this one. This next one's interesting because it deals with some serious connotation here. Nadar, can you read this one?
If you can't rid of the skeleton in your closet, you would best teach it to dance. So I guess he's referring to this British idiom, hide the skeleton in your closet. Is it hide the skeleton in your closet?
Well,
You have a hidden skeleton in your closet, I guess.
Yeah, there's a number of variations, but yeah, the basic concept. If you have skeletons in your closet, you have
Bad things you need to hide from the world.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, exactly. Very good. Yeah.
So if you can't rid of it, at least you try to deal with it. You are trying to. I'm searching about the word. This one you use with animals. These wild animals you cannot control. At least you are afraid of your coach or what?
Tame? Tame? Is that the word?
Tame. Yes. That's the word I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Tame. If you can't hide your fears or if you can't hide your bad things, at least you need to control it or you need to tame it. So you'd best teach it to dance. Maybe.
Okay. Maybe. Ken, do you have an idea about this quote?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, skeleton. Yeah, sounds like very negative. Maybe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a
Look
very
at-
idiomatic expression. He has a skeleton in his closet. Means he has
Yeah.
some deep dark secret he can't share with the
Yeah.
world.
So yeah, I think human has a dark side, you know, in their mind, like Star Wars heroes. So but no, so maybe he says, yeah, tame this dark side or to control dark side, to teach that dark side to sometimes that dark side connect to the kind of the art or something positive, beautiful dance. So maybe yeah, he said such kind because I think he's a kind of playing writer or something. His job or occupation is
Yeah. Oh.
maybe.
Yes, he wrote all kinds of things: poetry, plays, essays,
Okay.
novels. He was a
Mm,
journalist.
mhm.
Yeah, all kinds of things actually.
Yeah, so it's almost impossible to get rid of that kind of dark side from humans, but we can control, we can learn how to dance it. Maybe that's what he said.
Okay. Well, I have a third interpretation.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the way I kind of look at it. If you can't get rid of these deep, dark secrets, these past transgressions, you can't make them go away. It happened. It's too late. It's already happened. So you should make it amusing. All right. You should use this and for example, make it a funny story or make it entertaining somehow. If people are going to find out there's some horrible thing about you, then you should somehow make it at least entertaining for people,
Mhm.
as in teach it to dance. But I don't know. I think all of our viewpoints are perfectly valid here. No, not sure. This one's very open to interpretation. I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to say. Yes.
Yesterday I was watching one short episode on YouTube. Is this, or maybe you know the woman, but I don't know her name. It's not a good-looking woman, and she keeps getting bad comments from the readers about her look, and she's ugly and so on. So she started reading that comments and left, and even when they say she is like a very ugly character in the movie, so on. So she brings she shows a part of this movie to compare herself to the character, and she really looks like the character, and she only laughs. So it makes it amusing, as you said. She doesn't deny it. She laughs at it, and you respect her for this.
Okay. Yeah, that's basically the idea I was trying to express. Good example. Okay. Very good. All right. All right. Next one here. Okay, Ken.
Okay. Just do what must be done. This may not be happiness, but it is greatness. Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
In English, it's very common to say, just do what you got to do.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. And it's usually meaning that I know that there's negative consequences, there's negative things about it. It's not the best, it's not the perfect answer. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, I think it's true because a life consists of not only happiness but also other elements. But to complete life, maybe everything person achieve some great achievements. Because to complete life itself is not so easy.
Yeah. True. Okay. Nader, any further observations about this quote?
No, I guess simply maybe it means that you have to act. This may be difficult, but brave, great people do this. When they need to act, they act. They do not they do not get afraid to act.
Yeah. Great leaders, right? Do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we have a funny movie here in Egypt when the main character keeps dreaming of his father and he comes to him. It's like a Hamlet, but comedy one. They say, and he tells him, "Do the right thing. Do the right thing." And he tells him, "What is the right thing? You are not helping at all." Every day he comes and tells him, "I told you, do the right thing."
That's funny. Okay. Well, I think the world has many everyday heroes. That they're not great, but maybe they're a great father, and they do what they have to do. They plow through work, and they do what they have to do. Maybe it's not happiness. Maybe it is sometimes. I don't know. What I do know is that we are out of time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Interesting quotes today. Wait, Ken, before I let you off the hook, what was that French philosopher's name?
I posted it in Google chat. I cannot use bubbling chat now. Jack Lacan.
Really?
Yeah, Jack Lacan.
With a C. Jacques.
Jacques Lacan.
Lacan. Okay.
Lacan.
I got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing this, Ken.
Okay.
Bye.
Guys, bye-bye.